Are you currently fighting your spouse instead of fighting with them to overcome the challenges that they are facing? Let me say it again. Are you fighting your spouse instead of fighting with them to overcome the challenges that are causing you to fight them? Many people are fighting their spouse for crying. Many are fighting for their spouse for seeking help, because most misbehaviors, the things that you are calling misbehaviors, they are actually outcries for help. My name is Chema Folayan. I am your bliss catalyst. Follow me for tips, unpopular tips that can deliver the bliss that you have always sought. And also check out my website for books and content and courses that can push you in the right direction in your life and relationship. Now, I tell you the story of, this is my own story. Few years, probably even from the beginning of our marriage, I was what you would call an emotionally absent spouse. I was terribly emotionally absent. I can still remember a particular day when my wife practically broke down crying as I was going out to work. And I remember, so we just had a baby, and I think it was probably the first few weeks of having our first daughter. And of course, my wife had been seriously stressed. I think my mother-in-law was around, but we had a nanny as well. But you know, to take care of a new baby, it's a lot. And the problem was that she was left all by herself to do too many things, and I was not there as I should. A lot of time I was present physically, but emotionally I was totally absent. And I remember that particular morning as I hugged her, stepping out of the house to go to work very early in the morning, my wife practically broke down crying. And she told me, "You have not been there for me." I was shocked. I was surprised. My wife is not that kind of a crying type. So it was a rude shock for me. But guess what was happening? I was working a very tough job where from morning till night I was engaged. I remember those are days where I get to the office, I don't step out of my desk until maybe 5 p.m. just to have lunch. Sometimes I go the entire day without planning to fast. I come back with my food because there was practically no time to eat. It was that bad. It was the kind of job that was engaging all my 6 senses from the beginning to the end. Very, very stressful. Sometimes I come home 11 p.m., sometimes 12 midnight. It was really terrible. And therefore, any time that I spent at home, including weekends, were only spent to rest. So if you step in and you find me in the house, I'm probably lying on the sofa watching TV, almost lifeless, because I was simply trying to breathe because I've had extremely stressful week. And of course, because of that, I was also emotionally absent. My wife could have been fighting me. She could have and maybe reported me everywhere and made a lot of noise that, "Oh, you're a terrible husband," and all of that. And I wonder how many people are facing such situations today, and you are confronting and you are facing your spouse instead of standing with them to face the situations that are causing them to behave in a manner that is causing you to fight them. That outcry, that attitude that you think your spouse is giving, that manner of speaking that you think you're getting from them, that temper, that silence that you think you're getting from them, and you're accusing them of being a bad person, it may just be an outcry for help from giants that they are currently facing, and they need you to fight with them and not to fight against them. A lot of time when issues happen, many people don't even consider external factors. They only look at their spouse and they judge their spouse and they call their spouse down. They do not consider external factors that may not have anything to do with their spouse, that may be responsible for the situation that is going on. Many times there are situations that are outside of their control, and they are hoping that you're going to come beside them to help them, but rather we fight them. Look around for the forces that are confronting your spouse and fight with them rather than fighting them. And as you do that, I wish you bliss.